Wow. Just wow. The disrespect for the Dallas Cowboys this year is at a fever pitch. Even some of the active players are pitching into this level of disrespect the Cowboys are experiencing, because there are two very notable names missing from the players' version of the all-pro teams that was released by the NFL just literally about 15-20 minutes ago at the time of me recording this video. What I want to do is look through this all-pro team real quick. I want to talk about where I have some issues. So let's check this out, bro. Y'all already know Dak Prescott ain't on there. So the NFLPA announced its second annual Players All-Pro team, voted on by the players themselves. And here we have it. The 2023-2024 Players All-Pro first team. Quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Look, man, I get it, bro. I get it. The Ravens have the best record in the league. But my goodness, at what point does performance actually matter? At what point does efficiency and effectiveness come into play? The Ravens defense has been carrying that team and keeping them in the most competitive games. They have been the ones who have spearheaded the charge against the Dolphins, against the 49ers. And that's not even mentioning Cleveland, Houston, Detroit, Seattle. All these teams, the defense held them to under 20 points. This is one of those situations where the quarterback, undeservingly so in certain situations, especially in games where the offense may have scored 30-something points, but the defense held the other team to 9 points. So, I mean, stat padding a little bit. I mean, y'all say that about Dak, so stat padding a little bit. That defense 100% led the charge. At what point does Dak Prescott having more total yards, more total touchdowns, a higher completion percentage, a higher passer rating, his team only won one less game than the Baltimore Ravens in what many could consider a more competitive division, because we had one of the teams that just went to the Super Bowl last year in our division? Dak Prescott is going to have to cure cancer to get any respect from anybody. This is, man. All right, running back, Christian McCaffrey, I agree there. Fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. I mean, how many fullbacks are there really being used in the league now? Wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill. You better have CD up there. Tight end, Travis Kelce, even though I think Travis Kelce had somewhat of a down year, but okay. Left tackle, Trent Williams, yes. Left guard, Joel Bitonio or Tyler Smith. I actually agree with both of those things. Center, Jason Kelce. Right guard, Zach Martin, cool. Right tackle, Lane Johnson. I really like the fact that they are giving Tyler Smith his respect. Players around the league are starting to understand the Dallas guard duo ain't to be trifled with, all right? So, for the most part, I think I agree with all of these placements. Even Lamar Jackson being first team Pro Bowl quarterback. Okay, cool. All I gotta say is Dak Prescott he better be second team All Pro. That's all I got to say. All right, now let's look at the defense. Edge rushers, Myles Garrett and Max Crosby. The level of blatant disrespect for Micah Parsons has gone to an entirely different territory. The Micah Parsons disrespect is insane, especially since this is a dude that's been leading the league in pressure rates, double teams, double team win rate, pressure win rate, pretty much every advanced analytic you can look at to show how well a defensive end is doing their job outside of just looking at the cookie cutter sack stat, which that sack stat is way overrated. But every metric you can look at, Micah Parsons is either leading in that metric or he's tops of that metric, and he's not voted as one of the best edge rushers this year, at least by the players. And what's kind of scary is you don't see TJ Watt there, you don't see Trey Hendrickson, you don't see Josh Allen either. So it's very possible that in the players' eyes, Micah Parsons wasn't even an all-pro level player this season. Nose tackle, Dexter Lawrence. Interior defensive lineman, Chris Jones and Aaron Donald. Off-ball linebacker, Roquan Smith, Fred Warner. Cornerback, Deron Bland, cool. Pat Surtain. Deron Bland had to be there. Anytime you break an NFL record, you gotta be there, bro. All right, so Deron Bland, he's voted by the players as being an all-pro, so that's cool, I guess. Free safety, Jesse Bates. Strong safety, Kyle Hamilton. Kick returner, Keyshawn Nixon. Punt returner, Darius Davis. And then we got Brandon Aubrey, our kicker, in there as well. First things first, I'm going to give my opinion on this. I feel like if you're on a losing team, if you're on a team that's not even in the playoffs, you shouldn't even really be able to qualify. It's a lot like if we look at it in NBA terms, looking at someone like Jordan Poole playing for the Washington Wizards, somebody has to get the statistics right. Kevin Love on the Minnesota Timberwolves, he was a dog, but somebody had to get the statistics. As soon as he left Minnesota, he hasn't looked the same since. So I'm just saying, if you're on a really bad team, I don't think that you should be even qualifying to be an all-pro at all. All-pros should be on teams that are actually winning, because if you're really that great of a player, you should be affecting the ability of your team to win, right? But either way, this is the players' all-pro team as voted on by them. And I just got a sinking feeling in my stomach that we're 100% about to see an all-time shafting on behalf of Dak Prescott, on behalf of Micah Parsons. I 100% believe we're not going to see those dudes on an all-pro team. I will be ecstatic if we do, but at this point, I am mentally preparing myself for that is what we're going to see. I don't know if there's just way too many players in the league that watches ESPN and they buy into the narratives or what. But there's no way that any of the players off the teams that played the Dallas Cowboys this year, and those two players with a high level of respect, because I'm sure when they played them guys, those two players were a major issue for them. But this is just the players all-pro team. I kind of want to just kind of go over this real quick just to see where the players' heads are. I really wish they released the second team all-pro already, because I want to see if the players believe that Josh Allen should also be second team all-pro. And if they're buying into that BS hype and are going to award a guy that had a boo-boo half part of the season and really an average second part of the season, but because his usage rate is so damn high, of course, he's going to get yards and score touchdowns. But either way, as Dallas fans, we should be used to the disrespect from all different places and areas. We know that there's players across the league that just don't like the Dallas Cowboys. You can almost guarantee that the Cowboys probably didn't get any votes from the San Francisco players, the Eagles players, Giants players, Commanders players. You can almost guarantee there is a large assortment of players that were unwilling to vote for Cowboys because of salty feelings one way or the other. Detroit Lions players. So with stuff like this, with popularity awards, I actually don't expect to see the Cowboys get any respect or any credit, because there's so many people looking at the Cowboys as that pillar to knock down. They're the only team in the National Football League that no matter who we match up against that Sunday, more than likely that game against the Cowboys is going to be one of the most high-profile games of the season for that opposing team. And that's just how it is. And that results in a lot of bad blood and a lot of saltiness and a lot of dudes feeling some type of way. We've been seeing the Detroit Lions players and even the team themselves crying about losing to Dallas 2 weeks ago. Get over it. Either way, man, y'all know how he's in these videos, how them Cowboys. I want the Cowboys to go out and destroy everyone, bro. I want them to destroy everyone in the playoffs so we can finally shut these fools up. Take it away, Pastor.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.